Hi guys, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. So, as you can see here, I have a little box of goodies that I want to share with you. So I've been making over the past, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, I've been making 2 Christmas journals. And actually, I'm pretty much probably 98% done with them. I'm just going to give you a quick sneak peek of what the actual journals look like. And then I want to kind of do a little show and tell with this fun stuff. All right, so I had them just tied up together so they wouldn't get lost. So these are the two journals. Oh, let me just move this aside just for a second. So here they are. And am I in frame? Oh gosh, I think so. Hopefully I am. If you remember, this was actually a placemat that I had picked up at an estate sale. And it's kind of like it's padded. It had that like the, what's it called in the middle, like the cotton, like the bunting, is that what it's called? I think. But again, this is one of those that I had to cut out the bunting from around the edges so I could fold the material over, and then it wouldn't be so thick. So and then I added book plates to both of them, and I did in two different ways. So this one has that smaller one, but they both say Christmas, and then this one has the bigger one. And this material here was gifted to me by my friend Evelyn, and of course, you know, it's perfect for Christmas. So it has all the different rows. So yeah, and they're basically pretty much not the same, but the very similar elements in them. Same amount of page, same size, you know, stuff like that. I mean, of course, the pages are going to vary a little bit because I use pages from the Ideals magazines, but we're not really going to get into these in this video because I want to show the ephemera that I've been making. So this one was a little bit different because normally when I have the junk journals, you know, I do hand make some, but I also do put a lot of just random bits of vintage ephemera that I have on my stash. So it's almost easier to kind of get ephemera for the journals. Where since these have a theme and they're Christmas journals and I'm making them like myself, I didn't use a kit or anything, I have to make all the ephemera because I don't really have much ephemera that I can use, like pre-made ephemera. I do have like 2 paper pads I was working with, so I did use some from that, but the majority of the stuff in here is made. So let's just get started. These you'll probably, actually no, this one you'll probably recognize because this is the altered paper clip that I did for that one day open collab. So I did this on camera, but then I made a couple others. So these are all just altered paper clips. And then this one actually clips this way, but this one does clip up and down. So I have a couple different types. So these will go into the journals and they will clip, I don't know, whatever into them. So there's that. Then these are, I got these are not vintage or anything, but I mean, they are Christmas related. So I'm going to put these in the journal, and these came from those mystery boxes I got at Michael's. I also have some little cutoffs that I had left over, but they're really cute, and I didn't want to, you know, obviously I don't want to get rid of them. So I'll include them as like little ephemera pieces, like as extras. Then, and some of this I've done on camera, and I don't remember which ones I've done on camera and which ones I didn't do, so I'm just going to show you all of them. So here are some little tags that I made, and I know I did some of these on camera, or maybe I did all 4 of these on camera. So they have the sewing around them, they have the little ovals, and then, you know, blank on the back so you can write on them. So there's those. Then, hold on. These here, I just, I cut out the tag shape just with different papers, and then they're blank on the back, so that way you can write on the backs of those. And so those are the big size, and then these are the small size, same thing, blank on the back, and I've inked everything. So all the edges of everything here is inked. Just to give it, you know, that look. And another thing I did different too, and I don't know if you can see this, I used, what is it, Vintage Photo? Yep, I used Vintage Photo. Normally I do everything with walnut stain, but my walnut stain pad, I don't know, maybe it's just getting old. I feel like it just wasn't inking like it used to. So I tried this one, but I don't mind it at all. I really like it. It's definitely a lot different than the walnut stain, but still just as good. And then these ones here, they were the cutoffs from the 12 by 12. So of course, you know, you don't throw those away. So I made them into some smaller tags and larger tags. I rounded the edges of all of them and turned them into journaling cards. Then I made little journaling cards, and I just decorated the front very simply. Oh, and another thing I had trouble with too, because I used some Ideals magazine pages in them, it brings that vintage look into them. So I had to do a cross between vintage ephemera and like modern ephemera. So that was a really tricky ordeal there, but I think I did okay. So we have some, this is decorated with that. We have, and they're all blank on the back. So you can write with them. Put a little tree on that one. This has a little truck on it. So you see they're just 3x4 journaling cards. They're a little bit decorated. These here, so here's the vintage aspect, because you know in the back of all the Ideals magazines they have magazine cover or books or something, like as an advertisement. So I cut out some of them and then I made basically little booklets, and I sewed the pages in. There's only a few sheets in each, but it brings, like, you know, the vintage look into it. So these will be tucked into some pockets or maybe clipped in, I don't know. So that's that. And let's take some more out. Oh, well, these, let me take these out. I wanted to do some envelopes. So, I mean, they're altered envelopes, but not so altered. I made the envelope just with some coffee dyed paper, inked all the edges, and then I used some vintage Christmas stamps on each one of them. So it's like, you know, like you're mailing out a letter. And then the only other thing I did was I add the strip of, from the pattern paper on the bottom of those. And I actually still need to put something on the inside there. But I think what I'm going to do is just put a, you know, index card in it. That way, actually, I do have some that are inked up already too. Oh, see? Hold on. Let me see if it will fit. I'm pretty sure it will. See, they're all inked up. They might have to be cut down a little bit. Oops. But that's okay. I can cut them down. No problem there. So that's those. And then let's see. Here I just did, oh, I did an, like it's a tag, but it's kind of sideways. Like I did everything this way rather than this way. And so here now I have some altered index cards. So on the backs of all of them, they're the side with the lines, so you can do lots of journaling. But I had fun with these. So here, and I used pattern papers. So this one is not a vintage one, but it's using the pattern papers. And the little pop of color there. Here's another one. There's another one. Oh, make sure I'm in frame. So here is something vintage. From the Ideals magazine, but then I also have the little modern touch to it as well. Here's another one that is vintage, with, oh gosh, with a twist of the modern. And this is one I think actually I did this on camera, and I really love the way this one came out. So it's using the border from the Ideals magazine page, but then also it has the pattern paper and like the little cutout. And oh, this one is actually goes this way. And then I just did the season's greeting on that side. So those were really fun to do. I actually like doing altered index cards. I didn't think I would, but I don't mind those. Now these are some of the cutouts, you know, that you get with your paper pad. So I included them because why not, you know? So that. Then, so we have some more tags here. So we have these two, and these two again, I'm trying to bring, you know, some of the vintage in. And so the Ideals magazine pages here and here, this is also vintage music paper in the back, but then we have like this stuff here. But they're all both blank on the back, so you can do some journaling. Make sure I put those back in. Then, and I think I did some of these on camera, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I did on camera and what I didn't. But these are all basically the same. They just have different toppers, as you can see. But it's book page in the background, and then the pattern paper. And actually, if you see the pattern paper, it's a tag shape. I just cut it down so it'd just be on the inside. And again, blank on the back of all of those. Oh, actually, you know what? Also, I just noticed this. These two have, I put the eyelets because the way I tied the ribbon. These two do not have the eyelets, but I sewed the toppers on. And then I have these, and these I believe they were like gift cards, money cards from the Dollar Tree that I cut up and I made into tags and journaling cards. So we have this one. I added a little truck on top, and it says, "A Christmas filled with the nicest surprises." And then you can journal on the back. Here I made a tag. I added a little topper right there. And this was the front of the card, "Wishing a very special person." And then you can journal there. And this was cut off from all the bits of the cards, and then I kind of layered it all up. Oops. And made a little journaling card there. And this was also the front of a card. And this was, I believe, like that. So I cut that out, and I made this into a tag. See, I cut the tag shape. And then this, I stuck on this little piece there, and turned this into a little journaling card too. So that's all the stuff that I made for the journals. I did have a lot of fun, though I did get a little stressed at times because I'm not used to making this much ephemera kind of, you know, all at once. And it was sort of, it was a little overwhelming because of the amount of ephemera. I mean, when you're looking at it now, it doesn't look like a lot, but for me, it was a lot to make. So it was a little challenging, but I think, you know, I did pretty well. So that's everything I have. So now all this stuff will be put into the journals, and then I'll have a final walkthrough of those two journals. Now, when those are finished, I have another set of journals in mind. And when I say journals, it sounds like I'm talking about lots. Journals is just plural, and usually I do things in pairs or even numbers, and I have no idea why, but these are, this size is, I think it's 8.5 by 5.5, because I do like that size. But I want to do a couple of traveler's notebook size. So the 8.5 by 4.5. I want to do a couple of those because I still do have a lot of this material here. So I want to do it a little bit different because I have some of those, you know, those, oh my gosh, what are they called? It's like those lists, they're tall but skinny pads of paper that usually have a magnet on the back, you hang it on your refrigerator. Well, I have a bunch of those. So what I was thinking, instead of really embellished journals, because I don't know if I could really even just make more of this. I've just, this was a tough thing. But I was thinking more of making the traveler's notebook size journals, but more as like writing and list journals. So I can have pockets in them to put receipts, to put little wish lists and stuff, but have it be more of like a writing journal that people can use to kind of organize what they're going to do for the holidays, so they can start making lists, they can write things down, plan things out. So they're going to be more like junk journal planners, quote unquote. So I don't know, I'm going to see how that goes, but I'm not done with my Christmas stuff yet, so definitely stay tuned. And I hope you like just the little show and tell of my Christmas ephemera. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.